guys, welcome back to my channel. So glad you could join me again here in my kitchen. My name is Vicki-Lynne and this is usually Cooking Vegan with Vicki, but got a grocery haul for you before we do our Starch Solution meal prep. And so when we're doing meal prep, we always should have a game plan in our head of what we're going to have during the week so we can figure it out. So before I go for groceries, I always try to figure out what I'm having. And normally, again, if you're doing the Starch Solution, one of your, favorites is probably going to be potatoes or a grain of your choice. So, again, went to Aldi's, have my potatoes for the week, and I use potatoes differently. I like my russet potatoes for mostly my fries in my air fryer, and then I like my golden potatoes for everything else, for making my mashed potatoes, for making like a easy potato salad. Which I'm going to show you in the meal prep, so stay tuned for that. Just going to go through everything really quick for you, not going to waste a lot of your time. Let's just get it. So, got some frozen veggies. We're going to keep it really simple this week. They were 85 cents. They're great in the microwave, great for bringing to work, and that's going to be part of our 50-50 plate. So with our potatoes or whatever other starch, we're going to add that in, and if you need a sauce, go to my cheese sauce recipe. I'll put that in there. Or my gravy recipe, and I will put that in right beside that for you. Those are two easy peasies if you just need to have a little extra something on top of your veggies or your potatoes. Got a butternut squash, also good to make an easy soup or to put on a side with your potatoes or on top of a grain bowl if you're picking rice or quinoa this week, whatever you're doing. Again, very versatile. You can do almost anything with it. I have some romaine, to make salads. So I usually do like the frozen vegetables a lot of times at work just because it's a lot easier. And then I like to make kind of a nice big side salad for my 50-50 plate at home with whatever else because obviously my air fryer is at home. So that's what I kind of do in the evenings. I have celery and cucumbers. Again, you don't have to have a salad or frozen vegetables or cooked vegetables for your 50-50 plate, guys. You can have just cut up celery and cucumbers as your non-starchy vegetables. You pick. It's super simple. I did grab just some tofu, just in case every once in a while. I like to have tofu. And now for my big kind of dish, I always like making one thing, a large recipe for the week, just to kind of mix things up. And so this week I'm going to be making a vegan pozole. So I have a few things. So I actually went to Cermak, which is like our Mexican grocery store around here. And I did pick up a few other ingredients to go into our pozole. So one is hominy, which is just maize, blanco maize or white hominy. I did pick up a container of cremini mushrooms, which I've already kind of sliced up. You could bulk it up with some pinto beans, not authentic, but you could. And then I did grab some of the chilies. So they are the guajillos, ancho chilies, and Ruben? Yes, thank you. Ruben's behind the camera helping. I can say everything really well off camera, and then I just kind of stammer on camera. And I did just grab some vegetable broth just to make it easy for us to make the pozole this week. And so we'll use them and interchange everything. Oh, and I did grab Honeycrisp apples because they are my favorite and they were like half price. So I did grab actually 2 bags of those. And so that's going to kind of keep us for the week, and that way we can interchange everything that we make. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I will put some of the prices down below for you guys. I kind of mentioned them as we went along. Some of the ingredients were from Cermak, which is right next door. We're very lucky. Our Cermak and our Aldi are right next door. So whatever we don't get at Aldi, we go over to Cermak to get. Again, and if you're new here, guys, don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Give this a big thumbs up. And I'm going to attach the meal prep to this video. So it's all going to be in one for you guys. Okay, stay tuned for the meal prep. Hey there, guys. We're back with the meal prep. So let's get at it. first thing we want to do is always want to be efficient with our meal prep. So we're going to get what we want to get going in the Instant Pot first. I have my oven preheated at 400 because we're going to get everything going so that everything's cooking, and then we can get just our cold stuff going while everything's cooking. So hopefully everything will be done at the same time. So in our Instant Pot, I'm going to add some water. And one time I actually forgot to put water in it. Things do not cook unless you have some steam in there. So I'm going to put in our potatoes. And I am cooking quite a few potatoes because I am going to do a couple of different ways. So I am putting a few little russets in there because I had a few that needed to get used. And some of the gold potatoes because I'm going to show you how to do just some easy mashed potatoes right out of the Instant Pot, and how to do a really quick kind of potato salad just using some nice flavorful mustard and some dill pickles, and just easy. And it's best to do them while they're hot, then let them chill overnight. They're absolutely delicious the next day. Great for your lunches. So Instant Pot, make sure your seal is in there properly. Okay, turn it on, make sure it's sealed. That. So that's set. We're going to put that aside. The next thing I want to do is I want to get what needs to go into the oven. So I actually have some russet potatoes, and I'm going to leave them whole because I want to do more like a jacket potato for supper, because I'm going to make some cheese sauce with some frozen broccoli and make like jacket potatoes with the cheese sauce and the frozen broccoli. That's what I have in mind in my head. And to that, I'm just going to add some carrots, just as some roasted carrots. So I've already peeled those. I have my scraps in the bowl. If you've been here before, you know I keep those so I can make my veggie stock. Okay, so I'm just going to actually cut those in half, throw them on the same pan. And I also have a zucchini I want to use. And I'm just going to, I think I'm actually just going to do them in wedges. Now, obviously, the zucchini probably are only going to take about 20 minutes or less, so keep an eye on those. And then let's just add some seasoning. Little garlic. And a little za'atar on the zucchini. Give it a little pop of flavor. And of course, my favorite, you guys all know, the ajira from Trader Joe's, absolutely my favorite. Makes everything spicy and delicious. Okay, so we're going to pop this all in the oven, and the oven can babysit it for us. In she goes. That's done. Now we're just going to put it on for our cheese sauce, our faux cheese sauce. So just going to get the potato peeled. You don't have to peel it. This one is actually really thin skinned. And again, you know the deal. The smaller you chop it, the faster it cooks. Just depends on how fast you're doing everything. Just needs a rough chop. In it goes. And then we need a couple of carrots. You know, basically every week we kind of do the same. Well, I try to mix it up. So I mix it up between like a gravy or a cheese sauce. And it all depends on what we're doing every week. This week we're going to have a pozole. Sometimes I make like a big chili or a big soup. Last week it was a white bean and kale soup. then I just try to alternate them on different meals on different days, so you don't get tired of them. And then you try to mix up your ingredients each day. All right, so we're going to put the lid on this. Now, you could put cashews in this if you want. If you're trying to lose weight a little bit faster on the starch solution, leave the cashews out. If you're not, add 1/4 cup of the cashews and let it boil with your vegetables. So this is going on the stove. We're going to bring it to a boil, simmer it just until the vegetables are cooked. Okay, so everything's ready. It's cooking. The last thing I have left to really kind of prep is just I'm going to cut up some cucumbers so that they're ready to go. I also have the Honey Crisp apples that I bought for my other snack, and I'm kind of all set. All right. So we're just cutting them up. Again, you can do wedges, whatever you want. On the diagonals, kind of nice. And then that way I can have them at my desk at work too, and I don't have to do anything. That way, when things are prepped and ready to go, you don't have any excuses. And you're not running out to the vending machine. Okay. So that's done. And now, and again, the apples are all ready to go. So those are our snacks, my snacks anyway for the week. I don't know what you're having. Let me know. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite snacks are during the week. And don't forget, if you're enjoying these videos, give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon, so you know every time I'm uploading either a meal prep or one of my great vegan recipes. Okay, last is our breakfasts, and obviously your breakfast could be anything. I'm doing overnight oats because they're so simple, and you can set up 5 of them for the week. Just do your dry ingredients and then add whatever you want the night before. You can do 1 or 2 the night before, up to 3, I guess. They're pretty good. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our oats. I use a funnel just because I make a mess everywhere. And if you've watched my channel before, you absolutely know. You can use a mason jar. You can use leftover containers of whatever that you have. So, and again, it all depends on your appetite. So I use about 1/2 cup, and these are rolled oats. So I'm just going to do 2. Sometimes I do avocado toast. Just depends, again, on my mood and how you're doing, what you feel like. And I switch up the flavors with basically whatever you're in the mood for. So, chia seeds, about 1 tablespoon in each. A little bit more if you find that you get hungry sooner, add a little bit more. This is what's bulking you up. The chia seeds, the oatmeal, all good. I add a little bit of maca powder in mine. Good for hormones. Good antioxidant. Cinnamon, good for regulating your blood sugar. And hey, I just like cinnamon. Okay. Now, this one I'm going to leave. It just has cinnamon for tonight. I'm going to put the lid on that one. So that one's just going to stay for Tuesday. And this one, I'm going to make chocolate cherry. So I'm going to add some raw cacao powder, which is about 1 tablespoon. Stir that up. I might add a little bit more. And again, you make it as chocolatey as you want. You could use cocoa powder if you have it. The raw cacao powder just has more antioxidants in it. And I'm going to add some frozen cherries. Yummy, yummy. With my hands. And then you're just going to add your plant milk of choice. I always have these soy milk from Costco. Just so simple. Just because they stay so well in the cupboard. Let me just turn down my cheese sauce that's going on over there. So. And then you're just going to stir it up. Make sure you give it a good stir. So this is like almost like a Black Forest-esque kind of overnight oat. Just make sure you get it all mixed in nice together. And that is it. You're going to put your lid on. This one's going to go in the fridge. It's all ready for work tomorrow. Breakfast is ready. Your lunches, all your meals are getting going. Once everything's finished cooking, I'm going to show you how to make quick instant mashed potatoes, or quick mashed potatoes, and a quick potato salad. Stay tuned. Okay. Our potatoes are done in the Instant Pot, and we've let them naturally release. So now I'm going to show you 2 quick ways of using them. Best to use them now while they're hot. Also, be careful, they're hot. So the first way is just making really quick mashed potatoes. And the quickest way is just if you have just a hand mixer. And obviously these are going to be starch solution friendly, so no butter. We are going to use a little bit of plant-based milk, some garlic, some salt. Use whatever seasonings you like. And we're just going to break them up because they're nice. You barely even need to do anything with them. Trying to escape steam. So I'm just going to make them garlicky. If you don't use a lot of salt, leave the salt out. You could use a little bit of, my favorite ingredient, miso. That adds a nice salt flavor. And then we're just going to add a quick splash of plant-based milk. And those are done. We're going to let those cool a little bit. Okay. Put those aside. The next recipe we're going to do, we're going to take out our potatoes. And we're going to give them, again, just a rough chop. They're going to fall apart because they're cooked. It's going to be a very rustic kind of potato salad. Not the usual one that everybody's used to having. Ooh. Now the reason we're doing it while it's hot is because we're not going to use mayonnaise in this one. We're going to use, let me just get my scraper. I'm going to put this in the bowl. Okay. We're just going to You could let this cool down a little bit, obviously. But what fun would that be? So to this, I'm going to add some dill pickles. Chop them as big or as little as you want. Again, guys, your kitchen, you're eating it. You guys do how you like it. And play with the flavors. I'm actually not going to put onions in this one, but I am going to put celery. And my husband's looking at me right now going, that's still not enough celery, because he loves the celery. Anytime I make potato salad or anything, I have to double or triple the celery for sure. This is just a quick one for some lunches. And can you pass me that bag, baby? The last one with the fresh dill in it. Thanks. And we're going to add some fresh dill in here just to really bump the flavor up, just because I have fresh dill. We love our fresh herbs, especially in our salads. It just changes the flavor all the time with our different lettuces. We're just going to add that in. And this is what we're going to do. I actually found this sweet and hot mustard. You could use regular mustard, Dijon mustard. Look for different flavorings that are no fat. And this is why we're doing it while our potatoes are hot, because we want it to seep into the potatoes and coat it. And you could add some regular yellow mustard to thin it out if you want. Just gonna add a little bit more. And then obviously you're going to want to taste it. See if it needs more salt. Probably needs some pepper. Gonna let my husband have a try. Ooh, you're gonna like that. That's spicy. Well, so yeah, little pepper, but that's definitely spicy. No mayonnaise, so no fat, and delicious. There we go. So that's done. We're just waiting for our baked potatoes to finish, and our meal prep is done. Super simple.